Welcome to Kim Talks Resilience, where we share stories of insight and inspiration in life, love, and business with resilient women from around the world. Speaking with authors, entrepreneurs, founders, and coaches to learn their strategies for a more resilient life so we can all build the life we love. I'm your host, Kim Hayden. Alrighty, welcome back. I am here enjoying a rainstorm, and if you hear my dog barking, it's because it's losing its mind today. But you know what? Rain is good. We need rain. We need rain. We were already in forest fire season here in Alberta, and so yes, more rain, please. I look around the world, and it's like, okay, where could I go? Now, I love Alberta. Don't get me wrong, but definitely headed south, more like maybe Panama, Central America, even Mexico for January, because this has been a long winter this year. And I always love speaking to individuals who are finding a true balance within their life. And um, God love the millennials. They taught us that there was such a thing as a hustle economy, and we could get out there and we could shift things. And I think actually millennials doing that for a decade prepared us for, in somewhat, with the pandemic and shifting the way work is, what we see as the work week, or even the thoughts around retirement, right? Why do I have to wait to 60 to start living the life I want? So our guest today is Halama. Ania Halama. I wanted to make sure I said that right. Beautiful, beautiful woman, and a seasoned world traveler, an intuitive healer, and dedicated to empowering heart-centered individuals to connect with their ideal clients and foster abundance in all aspects of life. Once trapped in that paycheck to paycheck corporate job, Anya pursued a path of self discovery, establishing successful businesses globally. Recognized as a top millennial powerhouse by Entrepreneur Magazine and a top entrepreneur by US Reporter, her work graces national stages, media outlets, best-selling books, and podcasts, all driven by her mission to transform lives through beauty, business acumen, and personal growth. So let's get her in here, because this is something that really has my interest right now. It's this whole living your best life, the digital nomad, the opportunity to explore the world, and you're living it. Welcome to the show, Anya.
Thank you so much, Kim. It's a pleasure to be here.
I you're living a life that people over 45 would never have considered, right? And this was, and being a millennial yourself, you were on the forefront of this kind of push, right? Your generation is like, wait, we don't really want mom and dad's, 3,000 square foot house in the burbs. We don't want to work till we're 75 doing something we don't love, right? We don't mind working till 75 if it's something we love. So, I want to dig into that when we start going into what you do, but let's first start with, who is Anya, and, tell us where you're calling from today.
Absolutely. I love all of that and the intro. Thank you so much for it. So, I am calling in from Medellin, Colombia, talking about going south. I've been here for 6 years now, and I absolutely love it. It is home for me. And I found that through my journey of being a digital nomad. I've said that, like, I was a digital nomad before digital nomading was a thing, because I've been doing it for so long, but I do have a home base. I'm an expat now. I've been here for 6 years. And I am a spiritual mentor, a integration mentor as well. And I work with plant medicines, facilitating plant medicine journeys for people so they can fully open up their hearts and manifest the life that they desire by getting through into our subconscious, getting rid of any limiting beliefs, any fears that we might have, and truly start opening up our hearts to what we desire and want in life.
I love this, the digital nomad. I know that in the EU now there's 54 countries that will give you work visas as a digital nomad if you show X amount of dollars. Um, I want to dive into what you do, and then if you're open to it, giving us one, two, or three tips or strategies that have helped you grow your business digitally, right? Because this is a big transition for a lot of people. Um, we're seeing challenges for corporations right now. Um, just trying to embrace a digital work crew. How do you get the best work out of people that you can't have for Donut Mondays or, Taco Tuesdays, or we're going to have happy hour Thursdays? Those incentives no longer work within corporate culture or company cultures. So how do you grow and how do you keep everybody happy moving forward? But let's first start with break your business down to us so I can better understand what your ideal client gets from you.
Yeah, so there's multiple ways that I work with people. If you decide to work with me one-on-one, I do one-on-one mentoring and all about going into the subconscious. I love working with the subconscious, working with limiting beliefs, healing yourself, manifesting whatever you want to manifest, love, money, relationships, whatever, a better body, a healthy body. So I work with people one-on-one, as well as with my company Expansion Alchemy. So what Expansion Alchemy is a online holistic portal in the realms of personal development, health, relationships, spirituality, and business. We have 12 teachers on board, and each teacher gives one live class a month. So you don't only have access to me, you have access to 11 other teachers as well, all under those realms. And I call it like the circle of life, the embodiment of life. Like you need a personal development, you need your mindset, you need your health, you need relationships, and then you go into your finances and work on your finances, bettering them. So that's why I organized it in that specific way as well. And with Expansion Alchemy, so you get 12 classes every single month. And then we are striving to get into the corporate market right now, actually, to bring in as as a wellness benefit for the employees. Because, yes, exactly. Taco Tuesdays can't be a thing. So, how do you incentivize your employees? And how do you actually have them show up to wellness events, especially if it's in a virtual event? So we're working on like incentives with companies, how to motivate them, how to actually get them to show up, and then how to incentivize them as well. Creating a community, a culture of community and accountability and celebration as well, and bringing some of that fun aspect into the workforce all over again, even if it is virtual.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest challenge that we're all facing right now is yes, we've all been I think Gates is the one that said that we basically moved forward over 10 years in progress in 18 months. And that was all driven. So the reality is we were going to end up here anyway. We're just a few years earlier than anticipated.
Mhm.
Um, with that being said, so we talk about the virtual world. First of all, kind of give us an idea as to like delivery. Like people tend to purchase tangibles. How do you take an intangible like a virtual product and give that feeling of a tangible? Like what are some of the things that you do unique to you?
Yeah, so they once you sign up, you get access to our back portal, and the back portal houses all of the calendars, which you can see all of the classes, the name of the teacher that's teaching, a little description about the class. And then you have access to the back portal as well, where it houses all of, I call it the academy. And inside the academy is all of the replays of past classes. So you get actual like tangible videos. Like sure, it might not be an actual product that you hold, but a lot of the classes also come with like downloadable PDFs that you can print out, you can go into. Plus, we're selling transformation. At the end of the day, that's what we're selling. Yes, it might not be tangible, but there's ways that we take a look at it to track that. So everyone that comes in, they're filling out a survey as soon as they come into the program, allowing us as the teachers to know, okay, what is it exactly that the students need versus, oh, I guess they need like help with mindset this month. So they fill out the survey, and a lot of the times it's like, okay, I really want to work on my self esteem, my confidence, my relationships, manifesting a soulmate. All of the teachers get access to those surveys. and they're able to curate the classes every single month based on what the students exactly need. So there's no guesswork there. It's exactly curated to what they need. And then after that, once they're done with the program, and we have monthly options, we also have a yearly option. We recommend at least 3 months because you need to do the work. You
Yeah.
have to do
Yeah.
the work. It's not going to be instant. So we recommend
Yeah.
at least staying on for 3 months. A year is even better. Extending that, even better.
Yeah.
But of course, like time, kids, like we're traveling this month, we can't. That's okay. You can always put your subscription on hold, etc. But afterwards, once they're done with the program, then they fill out another survey and we track all of that. Okay, what improved, what differences? And there's different ways that we're tracking it within the surveys through like long answers, short answers, and then like a scale 1 through 5 or 10, whatever it might be.
With where the world's at, like I said, it's in a funny place right now. And, I personally am very excited because I think that there are so many opportunities. There's lots of gaps that are being bridged now through technology that that really lend self to positive impact for a lot of people. For example, a lot of the large language AI is fabulous. I'm super stoked around it because I have a dyslexic daughter and a dyslexic husband, and it literally has eliminated their disadvantage in this world. But but with the world shifting and changing, what do you see, and why do you think that people are looking for this type of mentorship or leadership? What's going on that's driving people to come to the uh Alchemy and to get that guidance or that program?
A lot of the time, and this is what happened with me, is we don't know what we don't know. And I was sick for an entire decade: anxiety, depression, insomnia. I was going blind. I had celiac disease. I couldn't eat anything. I was just very, very sick. And I didn't know that these tools existed. Sure, mindfulness is going into the public's eye now, and everyone talks about like meditation and the benefits of it. And breath work now is becoming really popular. But if you don't put yourself in those environments, you might not know about them. So we really want to bring these skills, these tools to the wide public so they know. Because for me, it was stress. It was stress. At the end of the day, it was stress that was silently killing me, and I had to take myself out of my toxic environment in order to quote unquote heal myself. But I didn't know that meditation alone can fix 80% of my problem because no one taught me that. So I truly believe a lot of the time it's just people are so stressed and they don't know that these tools exist that can help them. They go to their regular doctors because that's what doctors are supposed to be for. They're supposed to help them. And doctors put you on antidepressants, anxiety medicine, whatever it might be. But that's just covering up, putting a band aid over it, not getting to the root cause of what is truly going on inside of you that's actually hurting you. So once you start implementing some of the tools that we teach inside Expansion Alchemy, like some breath work, some meditation, some conflict resolution, even inside the relationship section, that will untangle all of this. And you have tools to use for the rest of your life. Okay, Anya taught me this thing called EFT tapping. Yeah, I look silly tapping on my face, but hey, this actually works. And I know this works for me for this situation. Then we have another teacher that taught us breath work. Okay, I'm stressed, I'm anxious. Let me go center myself. Let me breathe for 5 minutes. I could do this in the bathroom before a meeting for 5 minutes. And you have these tools to start implementing and when to use these tools as well.
I'm sitting here talking away. I'm talking away. I'm going to get the guys to edit that at 14 minutes. Okay. Um, you talk about tools and for different scenarios. Would you be open to sharing maybe like one of the successes without having to disclose names or anything? I understand that, but kind of how they came to you and why their story has stuck with you and what was their results at the end. Would you walk us through one of your client successes?
Yeah, we have so many of them. So one of them that's coming to mind right now is someone that's trying to be an entrepreneur. They've quit their job already. They had some cash. They quit their job, but they were really struggling with imposter syndrome. Like, who am I to be an entrepreneur? No one in my family is an entrepreneur. I've never done this. Like, do I have the skills? Like, just low self-confidence, low self-worth, and really imposter syndrome. And hey, we all deal with imposter syndrome. I've been there as well. And one of the tools that I've used with them is EFT tapping, like I was mentioning just a second ago. So what EFT tapping is emotion. It's called emotional freedom technique. And similar to acupuncture, we all have meridian points going down our bodies. And what it does is moves energy. Acupuncture moves energy in your body to release stuck energy and just get into a different frame of mindset. So instead of using needles, you're using your hands and literally just tapping on yourself on these different meridian points. And you might look silly, but it works. So by tapping on these meridians, you're moving this energy inside your body. So you're going to start with a negative affirmation. Oh, I even though I have all of this low self-worth, even though I have all of these self-doubts, even though I have this imposter syndrome, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and myself and love myself. So you're tapping on yourself, saying these negative affirmations. And we need to look at
Yeah.
the negative. I have so many clients coming to me and they're like, "Ooh, that's triggering. I don't want to look at it." But if you look at the negative, it can be changed. We need to look at that negative. That's what gets
Yeah.
changed because you're like, I'm better than this. I'm stronger than this. This isn't my belief. This is just something that was implanted to me from society, from my parents, from social media. Social media is huge.
Yeah.
And we're always comparing ourselves in that comparison syndrome. So looking at the negative and then going into the positive. So you'll start with those, even though I might feel imposter syndrome. And then you go into, even though I might have this imposter syndrome, I'm actually so worthy of this. I'm actually like, I'm really good at what I do. I know I have these benefits. I can impact lives. I have so many people that are coming to me and telling me, oh, just by me talking to them, I've changed their lives. And why can't I do this for a business? And then going into that positive, like, yes, I got this. I can do this. And just within like 10 a 15-minute session of tapping, you're not only changing that energy, you're also reprogramming your beliefs, reprogramming your subconscious. So you become this new belief.
I love the fact that you say you have to acknowledge the negative. Because I run into a lot of times where people say, "Oh, you don't want to, you don't give it energy, don't give it thought." But the thing is the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and over again. And if you don't acknowledge it, you can't, correct course, right?
Yeah, not only that, but also a lot of those negative beliefs live so deep in your subconscious because it is that programming from your parents, from society, from everything that you've
Yeah.
learned from the ages of 0 to 7 and then 14, if I'm being generous. You have all of those deep beliefs. And maybe you didn't grow up with your parents being entrepreneurs. Maybe it is you're the
Yeah.
first one. Maybe you're the first one going to university, whatever it might be. Like your parents maybe didn't have a beautiful relationship growing up, and you're like, deep down, I actually believe that I can't manifest love because even though you consciously think you can, but you might not. So all of these tools, not only EFT tapping, but several other ones, go into that subconscious so you're aware of it. And what you're aware of, you can change. Once you know it,
Yeah.
you can change it. So you do have to acknowledge the negative because, yes, this is where it stems from. You know what? But that's not me. That's not my real belief. I am not my mind. I'm not it at all. These are just thoughts coming into me. I'm not my mind. But what I actually feel is I feel worthy of this. I feel deserving of love. I feel deserving of money. And that's when the shift happens. And that's when you start reprogramming all of that.
So programs that offer mentorship, companionship, there's a lot of like-mindedness. Um, as we move forward I think that in some ways, a lot of people are feeling very siloed because they are working from home. They are, and these big corporations are cutting. They now have technology that can offset, and instead of having 4 people in that position, they can have 2 people in that position. So there's a lot of people that are going to be hustling to try and find their right fit, their spot within society to still be able to, um, you know, grow both, I think, personally and professionally. Um, when you look at things moving forward, how important do you think it's going to be over the next 10 years as we adjust into this new reality, for people to find their community, the ones that will help them move forward?
Huge. Community is so big, especially as women. We thrive on community. Like, we're the ones that throw parties, all these lavish things. Like, we want our friends. We chat with our girlfriends all the time. But yes, men need it as well. But community in general is so important, especially moving into the 2020s. This entire decade, I believe it's truly like on is based on community. And community doesn't necessarily mean person to person. Like, we're forming a community right here virtually right now. There's tons of places that you can go, Facebook groups or like LinkedIn, even if you're trying to form a community, like a professional community,
Yeah.
whatever it might be. But just to have someone there who is not only like on the same level of you, but also above you as well. So you can learn from those people. We want to learn from those people. And community turns into collaborations. It turns into you feeling seen, whole, complete, heard. You want all of those things. Be like, yes, someone acknowledges me. Someone thinks the same way that I think. Yeah, we're friends. We're going to be friends now. Cool. So we want that community aspect. We want to be part of something bigger, not just, oh, I'm lonely. And yes, COVID sucked for so many of us, but COVID for me was where I grew my community, because we were all secluded in our homes. So like, we had these little sneak out parties where we hosted gratitude circles and like all these fun things. That's where I truly built my community, because we were all in this seclusion together.
Yeah.
Community binds you with people, and you really have like a deeper connection. Also, like, from community, you can find accountability as well. And accountability is something that most people struggle with. You need that, okay, you've got this, like someone to cheer you on, but also someone to hold you accountable. For example, I have this habit tracker. I like track everything. Like, if you're taking away anything from this podcast, track everything. What gets tracked can get improved. So I have this habit tracker on my phone, and what I love about it is that I can send it to my friends and my clients, and I see all of their habits throughout the day. Are they completing them? Are they not? And it's a fun way to like gamify it, as we were talking a little bit earlier, to like really have fun with your friends and feel like you're part of something bigger, feel like you're part of that community.
Would you share a time that without kind of the grit or the resilience to push through, we wouldn't be having this specific conversation?
That's for sure. And I've had a lot of resilience in my life. Like, I am resilient AF. And one of my, I wear this little hummingbird necklace, and the hummingbirds stand for resilience. Not only that, but also like having that little child's play within you and having fun, and like not forgetting to have fun, which a lot of the times we do. But I'll share my most recent resilient moment. And it's right before I started Expansion Alchemy. So I wrote my second book, and I was on book tour. On book tour, I went Vegas, LA, New York. I had a Times Square billboard, and like, I just felt like I was.
Okay, hold on one second. Let's go back. I'm going to take this because you broke up at 24
Yeah.
minutes. Edit. Okay. So let's go back. I'm going to put myself back in the green room. I am listening. So take it back to writing a book.
So I wrote my second book, and I was on book tour, and book tour was Vegas, LA, New York, Times Square. Like, I had Times Square billboards, 80-foot Ania, all on Times Square. It was amazing. I really felt like I was on top of the world. during that month of book tour, I ended up closing out all of my coaching contracts because I was traveling, I was in different time zones, I was in a lot of networking events, and I just couldn't keep up with like full on coaching as well as the book tour. So I closed all of them out. I went on book tour, felt like I was on top of the world during book tour. I came back and I got hacked. I lost my entire business. I lost my website. I lost 30,000 email subscribers. I lost 300 pieces of video content I've ever created. And I was heartbroken. I was like, that's when I started going into my imposter syndrome. Like, am I worthy of this? Like, should I be doing this? Should I even be coaching? Like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, what is going on? And so I spent about 2 months trying to retrieve everything back. Then I spent the next 2 months like having a complete mental breakdown. Like, I haven't made any money. Like, I don't have emails anymore. Like, I can't reach my audience. I can't reach my people. Sure, I have social media, but my business was never really fully on social media. It was mostly my email list, and like losing my website, losing all of my content that I've ever created, like just having a complete mental breakdown.
Oh,
And so
hold on
I
one
did
second.
what I knew best, and that is,
Hold on one second. Let's go back
yep.
to let's go back a minute and a half. So losing all my content and not having any money. I want you to go back to that, and I'll have the guys cut and edit. Hold on one second. And so keep going now.
So losing everything. I spent the first 2 months having a complete, like trying to retrieve everything back, like trying to get my emails, talking to IT, just really trying to retrieve everything, followed by the next 2 months of having a complete mental breakdown. And that is something that I've already been familiar with because I've struggled with anxiety, depression, and just really going into questioning my own self-worth. Like, should I even be an entrepreneur? Maybe I should get a corporate job again. Like, should I be teaching this? Like, what is the bigger picture? What is the silver lining behind this? So I did what I know how to do best, and that is meditate. So I sat in a 4 hour meditation and really communicating with God, communicating with spirit, like, please give me the answers. What should I do? And in that 4 hour meditation was what came to me was expansion alchemy. The entire expansion alchemy was given to me: the name, the colors, the logo, what the website looks like, what partners I want on it, what's the structure, who we're going after, what our audiences. Everything was given to me in this 4 hour meditation. And the message that came through for it, and I thought it was really beautiful, is collaboration, not competition. So going back to that community aspect, like, why build anything on your own? You don't have to do that anymore. Why not collaborate with people, bring in different aspects of this circle of life, and reach a much wider audience? What I teach is might resonate with some people, but I don't teach relationships. I don't teach fitness. We have other people that do this because someone needs that. So why not collaborate with them and reach much more people and have a different array of these different aspects of life that everyone needs, and have that full balance of work, life, family, and like social as well, just to fully embody and like encompass yourself. So that was really a moment, my most recent moment of resiliency. And goodness,
I
I'm so
can't
grateful
even
for it.
I can't even fathom getting hacked with a 30,000 email list.
I retrieved like 4,000 back. I'm still building my email list. It's been over a year, and oh my goodness. But it was all for a higher calling. Like,
Yeah.
now I see it. It sucked in the moment. Yeah, it was hard. But I'm so grateful for Expansion Alchemy because this feels so good in my body, and the people that we're reaching, the transformations that we're receiving, and then now going after the corporate market, like that was me. That was me. I was there. I worked in the corporate world where I was so stressed. I was literally going blind. I couldn't see. Like, And those are the people that need the tools the most. If I had the tools then that I have now, I'd still probably be working in corporate America. Thankfully, I help the people now.
Yeah.
Very different, but it's such a passion of mine to go after that and to help those people, because that was me. I've been there.
A better living, and not everybody has the risk tolerance to be an entrepreneur. Um, because as you grow, you have more people that you're responsible for whether or not they pay for the roof over their head. You have more clients that you sit there and you go to bed because just because you're not talking to anybody past 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock doesn't mean that you stop thinking about the people you're serving. Um, so let's talk real quick. I want to ask, what can the reader expect from your book?
Yeah, so Rebel's Guide to Spirituality, it is my journey through spirituality, how I was living life in corporate America, all of my crazy days, into me making that decision and taking that leap of faith. But not only that, it's a guide. So I, after every chapter, yes, you receive the story of how this worked for me, but you have actionable steps. Each chapter comes with either a meditation, a tapping, a Reiki session that you can start implementing into your own life to start manifesting that life that you desire.
Excellent. So it's got a workbook aspect to it then, correct?
More or less. So it's not like fill in the blanks
Yeah.
workbook, but it is a guide. So there's like meditations, and you can buy the audio meditation album as well. So you read through it, that's included in the book, but you can get the audios separately as well. So you can do the audios, read through it, or like a Reiki session. So it's not like fill in the blank workbook, but there are actionable steps.
Excellent. Excellent. So just moving your life forward in a more balanced approach, and having a, even though, like you said, even though it's not a fill in the guide, sometimes it's giving you direction. It's a roadmap, basically
Yeah.
a roadmap. There we go. Where can people find you, follow you, engage with you? Like, what are the options? And by the way, where can we find your book?
Yes, so my book is on Amazon. It's also on my website. So if you go to aniahalama.com, everything is linked there. All of my socials are there. The book is there. How to work with me, Expansion Alchemy is there. But I'm on social media pretty much everywhere at Ania Halama, and then on Instagram at Ania Travels.
You also have another book. I'm just finding it. I've got it here. Wild
Women Gone Wild, the Wealth
Women.
Edition.
Oops. Yep. Women Gone Wild. That's what it is. And what can the reader expect from that book? Because they're
So
both
that,
on your Amazon Central. So if you go
yes.
to Amazon and you look up Anya's name, you'll see both of these books. So what can they expect from the other one?
So the other one is a co-authored book series with 15 women all around the world, and we're redefining what wealth means to every single one of us. Because wealth isn't just the money that's in your pockets; it's the all of the abundance, like your friends. How wealthy are you with your friends? How wealthy are you with your body? Just what truly redefining what wealth means.
Excellent. And I think that's a very, very, very valuable conversation to have with yourself right now, because I think there's a lot of people struggling. And I know, not I think, I know that a lot of people are struggling. The world is still settling out. We're still trying to figure out where everything's going. And, being grateful for what you have is going to be part of that survival, that moving forward, right? All right. So give us a rundown as to where we can find you, follow you, and engage with you.
Yeah, I'm on social media everywhere at Ania Halama. My Instagram is Ania Travels. You can go to my website, aniahalama.com, and then everything is linked on my website. Just go to my website, and then everything is linked there.
And Expansion Alchemy, to check that out, because I thought that was pretty cool when I started seeing all the different instructors and leads that you have in the program. It's also a great site if you just want to get tips on how to make a pretty site, because it's nice. Um, so I always like to close out the show with a quote and why the quote resonates with you. So, this is a quote you share. So, if you could give us your quote and then tell us why this resonates with you.
Yeah, my quote, you can do, be, and have absolutely anything that your heart desires. And this episode should be that embodiment that you can truly do, be, and have anything that you would desire. You are not your mind. You are not your mind at all. All of those thoughts don't belong to you. They were just implemented them from your deep subconscious, from programming. Anything that truly your heart desires, you can have that. So work through your subconscious, work through some of those limiting beliefs and all of those old programmings, and truly start making the life that you desire, because you can do, be, and have anything that you want.
Uh, and I can tell that you feel that all the way to your toes because it resonates or it vibrates from you and your smile. You are the embodiment of what you are sharing. I love it. I love it. Everybody go check out what Anya's got going on because even and I do agree with the minimum of 90 days because it takes 90 days to break a habit or instate a habit. So give it a little bit of time. If you're looking for leadership, if you're looking for community, you know what? Check her out because there just may be a right fit community for you. Thank you, Anya.
Thank you so much, Kim. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Infectious, infectious. I love the smile. Thank you so much. Until next time, folks, all I can say is, as usual, I believe in you. I believe that you've got this. You do. So give yourself some space, give yourself some grace, and just go for it. Thank you for joining us here today at Kim Talks Resilience. I'm your host, Kim Hayden, and I'd love to invite you to our resilient community at resilientgift.com. That's resilientgift.com, and we'll send you our magazine and tickets for upcoming events and all sorts of cool things we do here. So be sure to keep watching, and you know what? Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, because we all know that sharing is caring.